Yo, so we were at problem set number 2 last time. Now we have moved forward to problem set number 3. And CS50 is introduction to programming with Python. And the first problem we have is the fuel gauge problem. Now, the fuel gauge problem states that fuel gauges show how much fuel is left in a tank. For instance, like if it's 1 over 4, that means it's 25% full. If it's 1 over 2, it's 50% full. Basically, all we need to do is convert fractions to percentages. And we need to take the input from the user as a fraction, meaning x over y, where x is a non-negative integer and y is a positive integer. And also we need to round this up. Now, if this is less than or is equals to 1% fuel left, we need to output E, which indicates the tank is empty, and if it's 99 equals to or greater than 99, we need to output F, indicating that it's full now. We need to also look out for value error and zero division error, and if the x, y is not an integer, x is greater than y or y is 0 and share prompt the user again, which is not necessary for y to be 4. Okay, so mm, we need to look out for these problems and then we need you to show our code as well. So make directory fuel.py, include fuels, std fuel, code fuel.py. Nah, doesn't work. My bad. Okay, so now, because you have to use the value error and the zero division error, we need to state that while true, try. So now we need the input from the user. Why is it giving me? You know what? Never mind. So fraction is equals to okay, so fraction is input. Now we need to take the fractions as string. So enter fraction, and we can give them an example like x over y. Yeah, and then why is it not showing? Yeah. So we're here in our variable called fraction. We take the input from the user, and then since the input is in string, we can need to convert this into integer, which is easy. X and y is equals to fraction dot split, and we need to split it with the slashes. So over here, if you can see x slash y, so um before the on the left side of the slash, which is x, that will be stored inside x, and after the slash y, it's gonna stored in y, and we can then just convert these into integers. So int int x, y is equals to int y. Now these are converted into integers. So it says that only if y is 0, then we can continue. Y strings. Mm, my bad. If y is equals to 0, we can continue, and if x is greater than y, we can continue. Now, it's just that since we need to output this as a percentage, we can create a variable called percentage where we need to output the rounded values. So how do we make integers like in maths form? So we do x divided by y. Now we need to multiply this by 100. Now we have the rounded value for our fraction. Now if percentage is greater less than or equals to 1, we need to print E, meaning empty, and L if percentage is greater than equals to 99. Need to output F, which indicates for else. Just print what do we print? I think we just print percentage and add an F behind it. And now till this is done, we can just break our code. Now we need to add the exceptions. So except what was the it was a value error. Yep. And zero division error. Now if we run this, enter a fraction, so we're about 2 by 2. It's full because it's one now. Let me run this again. Enter a fraction, there's the fraction 5 over 10, that should output 50%. Yep. And like now 6 over 10. 60% now. If we said it's 1 over 10, how much do we have now? So it's 10%. What about 0, no, 0.5 over 4? That doesn't work. Now 1 over 100. That's empty because it's less than equals to 1. So yeah, I think the code works. Everything everything works. We have tested our values, whether it outputs e if it's equals to 1 or less than 1. Other than that, it just converts it into a fraction. You see 10%, 60%, 50%. If it's um greater than 99%, is it like 4 out of 4, it outputs full value.